guys, it's me. I have something really cool to show you here. So this is Type and Share Your Mnemonic here. And again, this is from page, I think it's 177 in this edition of the textbook, the 13th edition. So this is something I've done with my class for a few semesters now in chapter 8, and what we're about to do is click on this blue link to start typing, and we're not going to type in anyone else's box because this is a Google doc, and so it's editable by all my classes to make it available for everybody to type into. So mnemonics, they are memory tools, things that will help you to remember. And so what we're going to do is we're going to practice making either an acrostic, an acronym, a rhyme, or a visual. So this is an example here of a visual. And it is Bloom's taxonomy, and the little letters there, the KCAASE, those stand for the levels of Bloom's taxonomy. So if you saw the picture without the words on it, or if you saw the letters KCAASE, you could study that and remember knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. And you would know that you were talking about Bloom's taxonomy. And then you would remember what each of those levels meant. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the blue link, and it should take you to our shared doc. So this is what it should look like. And this is again chapter 8 of this textbook is edition 13. And so you're going to read some samples, and you're again not going to type in anybody else's line because this is a shared Google Doc. I gave you 3 examples right here below, and you can use any chapter of our textbook, any PowerPoint. You're just going to have to look for that page number of our book and the PowerPoint slide if you choose to do that. So again, you're going to create your own mnemonic, and you're going to try to remember something important from the textbook. So that's up to you what you determine is important and what you try to make a mnemonic to remember. So you can scroll down and see that my examples are here. And again, this is from the textbook. This is the 12th edition, the page 76. So that's why it might be off if you're looking at the 13th edition. So an acronym on that page was PEMDAS, Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally, which actually helps you remember parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, application, and subtraction. And I created that. So, this is supposed to say type your name. There we go. All right, and so an example of an acrostic is where you try to remember the list of things that you have from the textbook, and so you take the first letter of each thing that you're trying to remember. Let's see, the first one is machine school tests, and then, or machine scored tests, and the next one is computerized tests, and then the next one is problem solving tests, and then laboratory tests, and then O for open book or open note test, and T for take home. So take home test. So you take those letters, and we created a name, McPlot. So I know it's a little silly, but if you do this with something you're actually trying to remember, it really does help. And so you can even scramble these around to make a new word. If you don't scramble them around and you create just the name in the exact order, then you say this PEMDAS, this falls under an acronym. But if you mix the letters around or it stands for something completely different, then that's the acrostic there. Also, one difference between acronym and acrostic. For an acronym, we say PEMDAS, and we know what it means, like scuba. Scuba means subcontained underwater breathing apparatus, right? But if you were to put some letters together and it didn't make another word, like it was some jibber jabber, then that would generally probably fall under the acrostic category. So it just depends on what you create. So you can even put a little visual if you want, and you can scroll through and see what other students have created. Some of them are really funny. I think there was a fried chicken one in here from before. But don't write in anybody else's area because you know, it will. This is actually from a couple semesters ago, and so you want to preserve what people are done. And you'll see my comments there on the right for my online class. All right, so if you don't want to scroll all the way through, you can click on Fall 2018 over at the left, and it will jump to that point in the page. All right, so again, Type your page number or PowerPoint slide number there. Type your tool, your acronym, acrostic, visualization, or rhythm, and then do the example here in this box, and then type your name, and that is it. And for my online students, I'll be commenting off to the side. So that is it. If you have any questions, please message me. This is really a fun assignment, so be creative with it, and we'll see what tools we can all kind of create together.